As the summer tourism season ramps up in Minnesota, our state's largest wilderness area starts to buzz with visitors. The Boundary Waters border northern Minnesota and Canada. We're talking over 1 million acres of trees, critters, and over 1,000 lakes. And because of its untouched splendor, more than 250,000 visitors trek into the wilderness each year. But this region is remote. Its terrain can be unforgiving, the weather unpredictable. Northern Minnesota journalist and experienced paddler Joe Friedrichs has long been covering this part of the state. He joins us today to talk about his newest book, but also his love for what this special region has to offer. Thanks for joining us, Joe.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
What made you, before we get to the book, what made you want to live in this area, sort of kind of build your career around northeastern Minnesota?
Right. A lot of the reasons that you just said, the solitude, the beauty of the place. It's a remarkable place to go fishing, which is something I really enjoy, canoeing, and even in the winter, it's my favorite place just to get outside and recreate. It's a magical place.
When I hear it described for me, I mean, people say remote, but I feel like they say, no, you don't understand. This isn't just, oh, I drove off the highway for 5 minutes. For those who haven't visited it, I mean, describe what we're trying to say here about how unique this place is.
Right. I think the most unique thing is the number of lakes and the fact it's roadless. So you're traveling on what's called a portage, a trail that connects the lakes. You carry your canoe and all your gear lake to lake. There's dispersed campsites spread throughout the Boundary Waters. So it's not even like backpacking into Glacier or Yellowstone or something. It's completely unique in this part of the world.
I hear the mosquitoes are like a different size sometimes.
Yeah, but that gets overplayed in the sense of there's bugs all over Minnesota.
Fair point. Fair point. Just had to bring that up because people tend to say that, and it's that time of year. You have a new book that just came out, Last Entry Point, Stories of Death and Danger in the Boundary Waters. What inspired you to write this book? And you also brought up the unique people you interviewed to get those stories.
Yeah, I think what inspired me to write the book is being a journalist in Grand Marais for 10 years. I worked in community radio, and there are people who die every year in the Boundary Waters because of the fact that it's a remote wilderness. And there's things like cold water, high water, people falling out of their canoes, hypothermia, lightning strikes, trees falling down, and weather events. And I would, after 10 years, see these happen 2 or 3 times a year, multiple times every year. And I just started to go, well, who are the people that I'm talking about on the radio or writing an article about? Because it's always just a really brief summary that comes in from law enforcement. An individual died on this lake. Here's their age. Sort of an end of story. Yeah. And so I wanted to learn more and started doing that and found out that we can learn something from the deaths as well. So it's not just a compilation of stories about people who died in the Boundary Waters. It's what we can learn from these tragedies.
And learning from those tragedies required you to talk to the people, the search and rescue teams that are trying to find the people in these difficult situations. I mean, we just had the 2 people who unfortunately lost their lives over Curtain Falls in the WCCO. But across these stories, have you noticed certain themes that happen, certain situations that make it so these people end up in these situations?
Yeah, I mean, I think a common thread is definitely cold water, high water and cold water. Because people are in canoes, it's maybe a type of watercraft they're not as comfortable in, or wind kicks up, whatever the factor might be. I mean, I've capsized in the Boundary Waters and I go a lot. So I'm not trying to make it seem like inexperienced people are the ones who run into these situations. Oftentimes it is actually people who go a lot just because they're in there more often. So the common thread would definitely be water-related fatalities. And then from there it gets more into specific weather events. The blowdown storm where actually nobody died in that event, but people were seriously injured. To the governor's brother had passed away on Duncan Lake in 2016 when a tree fell down on their campsite. So weather-related events are definitely another factor.
If someone wants to plan a trip, I know there's probably a laundry list of safety tips, but is there 1 or 2 that comes to mind that you just want people to have in the back of their heads as they're packing, or what they need to know once they're there?
Right. It seems cliche, and wear your life jacket. It's amazing how many people don't wear their life jacket on the canoe trip. Maybe it's uncomfortable or whatever the case might be, but that's the number 1 thing. And the second would be read the situations. If it is really windy, get off the lake, or don't try to cross big water when there's rolling white caps, and unless you're extremely experienced. And even then, second guess or read the situation. So the search and rescue teams refer to it as situational awareness. Taking stock of what's going on around you, not just, okay, we got to go. The plan was to get to this campsite. Here we go. Like, just using awareness, slowing down, being calm as you're out there, and reading the conditions.
You said your book will also teach so many of those lessons. Where can people find it?
It's available in most bookstores around. The publishers, the Minnesota Historical Society Press in St. Paul. I think most bookstores in Minnesota at this point have it, so local bookstores would be a great place.
And other articles and different things that you write about are online as well?
Yeah, we've got a new company that focuses on the Boundary Waters. It's called Paddle and Portage, paddleandportage.com. We do all kinds of features, and we work with search and rescue a lot on these types of situations, Curtain Falls, as you were describing, and other search and rescue and dangerous situations that come up in the Boundary Waters. So we're doing that, but also a lot of lighter features. We have a podcast and things too.
Well, good luck with all that and the books that you're working on. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.